during the resolutions that have come to us. And it's going to be up to the board to interpret what our wishes are should we pass both resolutions. Do you wish to move this resolution?
Well, I'm going to move it because for several reasons. Obviously, I wrote the resolution to begin with,
Okay.
but then it also was further passed by the Executive Council, so I feel
Okay.
that it is...
So you're going to move it. Is there a second? Second, Edgar Torres is across our second. Okay. Now, please speak to the motion for the motion for 2 minutes. Then, thank you.
Thank you. As I said, I did write the resolution. It was an attempt on my part to listen to the faculty and really the students and the whole college community, and to find a place that I thought protected faculty rights and responsibilities with regard to curriculum, and also to protect the shared governance process as much as possible, while also moving forward on what many of us have acknowledged today and in other places is an extremely important issue, maybe the most important issue that we face. The Executive Council found this to be a reasonable position, and I think it speaks for itself in that it does what I set it out to do, in my opinion. And I guess the other point I would make is that because of the feedback that we've given to the board, not only this resolution, but other feedback that we've passed on to the board has withdrawn the resolution. And so I feel actually very good about the process in terms of our response to the board and their receptiveness to our response.
Thank you. The speaker cards that are in my hand include speaker cards that were turned in when we were speaking on the last resolution. So I'm going to call some names, and if you no longer wish to, if you don't wish to speak to this motion, tell me that, and I'll remove your card. But Todd Rigg Carriero.
Yeah.
Okay, you still wish to speak? After that will be Ellen Wall and then Lauren Bell.
Hi, Todd Rigg Carrero, astronomy faculty and also current curriculum committee chairperson.
And, I'm sorry, would you let us know whether you're speaking in favor or against this motion? Sorry.
Is that mandatory?
No, it's not mandatory. But if you can, that would be helpful.
Nope, not gonna. So, what I wanted to speak to the language of the resolution concerned, and shows up in this one. I really wanted to speak to the last one, but nonetheless, I know I can only address the green one. So, the language is actually, there's no numbering here, so if you all look at page 1, I think you all figure out what page 1 is. At the very bottom, the last statement, the word eliminate the achievement gaps is what I have issue with, and I would promote the language of something to the effect of establish appropriate policy that will continuously analyze and address achievement gaps throughout the college in perpetuity, because in my estimation, elimination is probably not possible. And as such, because limited, I'm not sure if I should address questions from the comments. So,
are you making a motion to
I am making a motion to
okay,
amend
I'm going to ask
the
Cal
language.
to come back down to the mic so that we can, and so I can ask
I will
if
repeat
this
the
is a
language.
friendly amendment or not.
No.
It's not a friendly amendment. Okay, is there a second to the amendment? Is there a second?
Do you want me to repeat it?
Repeat it.
Okay. So I was moving to amend the language, and the language that I was moving to amend was the word eliminate. And the language that I was recommending in placement was to establish appropriate policy that will continuously analyze and address the achievement gaps at this college in perpetuity.
Is there a second? Second, I'm sorry. You have to get okay, thank you.
I'm sorry, one more time, I was trying to get it down, the whole phrase now. Okay, thank you.
Where did it?
Yeah.
Okay. I know you've taken a lot of your time just making the amendment, so please now speak to your amendment.
So speaking to the amendment is that elimination of something gives the illusion, and I think misguidedly, that this problem will go away. So I think, personally, that language that speaks to continuously, ongoingly looking at the achievement gaps as they evolve over time is more appropriate, because elimination, whether it happens or not, may resurface again. So if what we're saying is that we eliminate it and then we're done with this whole achievement gaps issue, I think we're kidding ourselves. So I would call for, let's establish policy that looks at this ongoingly as the college evolves throughout time. I mean, we want this campus to be here for a very long time to serve our very fine students, and elimination of these things, I mean, we're not killing bugs. We need to ongoingly address this issue continuously. That's all I'm trying to make.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so now where we are is that an amendment has been made, and by Robert's rules, discussion going forward from this point needs to address the amendment, call for a vote on the amendment, or that's it.
A point of information.
Yes.
Will the students still be able to address the amendment?
We
They fill
almost.
out a comment card.
Okay, I have your cards here. We had almost gotten to them when I was, forced to take faculty in priority, and I would be happy to discuss this with you at a later date. Thank you very much.
On it today, that's what I'm asking as a point of information. I think it's very unreasonable. I'm actually the student trustee, Joshua Nielsen, and I co-chair these equity hearings that we're all discussing about right now. I feel it's...
I'm sorry.
Today.
We have limited time today.
This is our resolution.
It affects us. We've been here for so long, and we want to see things change within the institution.
I must ask the speaker to please yield the floor.
Can I ask the gentleman if I could just speak for a brief moment?
Speak.
Let him speak.
You just simply say to a student that they cannot speak?
Excuse me, I need to repeat to all assembled that this meeting is a meeting of the academic senate. It's a meeting of the faculty. It is
Yeah, but you're not saying that we did.
for the faculty
That's bullshit.
to meet together and make decisions with each other.
Because no one ever agrees, correct?
You're too intelligent.
If I might calm heads for a second, okay? Hey, everyone chill out. Seriously, the tensions in this room are just ridiculous. You're all a bunch of adults, act like it. Now, hey, give me 2 seconds.
Please don't be incendiary.
Okay,
I'm not trying to be
I'm
incendiary.
going to ask for
But people are just getting way too
the
panties.
parliamentarian to please explain that,
Sergeant at Arms.
please explain that the
You are
protocol of
rolling
members
in
speaking
order
first.
when the moderator recognizes you to speak.
So that means the students are not going to be allowed to speak.
Unless the moderator has agreed to recognize students once we no longer have faculty waiting to speak.
But the motions are
That is
being passed or
unlikely today.
denied without our input.
Yeah, exactly.
So we have no say in
And
this.
that may happen.
Unfortunately, there are motions have passed without lots of faculty who also wanted to speak to the
You
motion.
just did one.
Not
No,
getting
you,
to
but
the
the faculty
motion.
at least
When
got a
we run out
chance
of
to
time,
vote.
we run out of time. It
Students
doesn't matter
present.
how many other people are waiting to speak.
I would point out that a public safety officer has entered the auditorium.
So that's your next
Everything's
one.
okay. We'll be fine.
I'd like to call for silence, please. Can I have silence?
My back.
As I explained at the beginning of the meeting, this is a meeting in which faculty need to meet. You are all familiar with going to board meetings of the Board of Trustees. And at the Board of Trustees meetings, there are limited time periods in which anyone aside from the board gets to speak. If that time period has run out, then people who wanted to speak do not get to speak. And there are many times when people want to speak and can't get to speak. I'm sorry that that's the way it is. If we had unlimited time, we could take more speakers of all types. There's a possibility for looking for some kind of